My name is Elizabeth Vance. I am 65 years old. I own a penthouse in Manhattan, a private jet, and a net worth of $4.2 billion, and I have not felt true warmth in 30 years. They call me a titan of industry, the Silicon Valley Matriarch. My life is a case study in success, and it is the greatest failure I have ever known. It began with a choice, not the kind you make in a boardroom, but the kind that splits your soul in two. I was 28. A brilliant young engineer named David and I had just created our first prototype in a garage in Palo Alto. It wasn't just technology, it was our shared heartbeat. We were also expecting a child, our daughter, Lily. Then the offer came. A venture capital firm wanted to back us with one condition. They wanted a single, unwavering face, a leader with no distractions. They meant the baby. David looked at me, his eyes full of our future, and said, "We'll make it work. We'll do it together." But the seed of doubt had been planted in my mind, watered by ambition and a fear I didn't yet understand. I made the call. I told David I needed to focus just for the first few critical years. I asked him to step back, to be the primary parent while I built our dream. The silence on the other end of the phone was the first brick in the wall between us. The company, Vance Systems, exploded. It went from garage to global in 5 years. I was on magazine covers. I was in meeting rooms negotiating with world leaders. I was everywhere except home. I remember coming back from a month-long Asia tour when Lily was 7. I walked through the door of our sprawling, empty-feeling house with a limited edition doll from Tokyo. She looked at it, then at me, and asked, "Are you my mommy's friend?" David tried. He would send me photos, videos of her first steps, her first words, all captured on my assistant's phone, viewed in the fleeting quiet between meetings. He was raising our daughter beautifully. He was also falling out of love with me. The woman he married was buried under spreadsheets and press releases. We became polite strangers, bound by legal documents and a child who saw me as a sporadic, confusing guest. The divorce was quiet, efficient, and cost me $200 million. It cost me my family. The years became a blur of deals and destinations. Lily grew up in David's calm, loving home. I provided everything money could buy, the best schools, horses, European vacations. But when I tried to connect, the gap was a canyon. Our conversations were interviews. How are your grades? Is the new car satisfactory? Her answers were polite, distant. On her 18th birthday, over a dinner at a restaurant too formal for celebration, she said, "I'm applying to colleges on the East Coast, far from here." I asked why. She put her fork down and for the first time looked at me not as a disappointing mother, but as a human being. "Because here, everything reminds me that I was a part of your business plan, and it was the part you outsourced." That sentence was a surgical strike. It left no visible wound, but something inside me ceased to function. Now at 65, I preside over an empire from an office that is all cold glass and steel. I have advisors, lawyers, and staff who jump at my every command. I do not have a single person who calls me just to hear my voice. The pain is not a storm. It is the climate. It is the utter silence of a home that is an architectural marvel. It is the dread of holidays where my charitable donations are celebrated in ballrooms full of people who don't know me. It is watching my ex-husband, happily remarried, post pictures with Lily and her children, my grandchildren, who call him Papa and call me Mrs. Vance. I built a monument to ambition, but I live in its lonely shadow. I created a legacy that will bear my name for generations, but I extinguished the light that was supposed to carry it. I have all the answers for how to build a fortune, but I have no answer for the simplest, most devastating question that echoes in this gilded cage every single day.